Welcome back and thank you for tuning in. This is the Money Hour Radio, a show where we try to help you grow your money, cut your taxes, and have a very successful retirement. I am one of your co-hosts, Ben Barzideh. I have my partner and co-host, Matt Nadeau here.
Hey, everybody.
And we are both founding partners and wealth managers at Barzideh and Nadeau Wealth Management, a comprehensive financial planning firm located right here in Barrington and serving the greater Chicagoland area.
And thank you for tuning in. Especially, this is a special episode where we're providing an extra segment than you would have heard on the radio show. This is only for our YouTube subscribers and people who are on our Money Hour Radio website. So keep tuning in, subscribe so that you can get updates anytime we do special broadcasts or any kind of live events that we're going to be running as we move forward. But today, the big topic we want to talk about, and this is really important to a lot of you out there, is when you're trying to find a financial advisor that you trust and will be comfortable with for a long term, it can be challenging, but it may be one of the most important decisions you're going to ever make for you and your family. So when you're interviewing any potential investment advisor, it's crucial that you do a little due diligence in order to determine who's going to be the best fit. The challenge is, what questions should you ask them? How do you find this information out? So with this in mind, we just wanted to go through a 12-question discussion with this list to just help assist you in what type of questions you should ask an advisor when making your decision.
And then we'll also answer them as well, based on what we do with our firm. So the first question you should ask is, what separates your firm from others in the industry, correct? And and we would answer that, by the way, that our financial planning expertise, our unique way that we manage our investments that we feel is a better process called our Advance and Protect. And also, of course, our exceptional service to our clients. That's where our motto also comes in, which is do great work, have fun, and give back.
Yeah, and if you've listened to our show, there's other things that are unique about us. For example, we've talked about where we want to give back to the community. We're going to have a special charitable strategy where we work with our clients to give back to the community. We call it BN Giving. That's very unique as well, Ben. And then, like you said, our financial planning is extremely high-end and unique, where we do estate planning reviews, tax planning reviews. So not your run-of-the-mill financial advisor. Let me do the next question then. One thing you should be asking is for them to be able to describe their investment philosophy and how they manage risk. And obviously, if you're listening to us, you know we do this differently. We feel that in your retirement, it is paramount to have a defensive plan with your investments, a disciplined sell strategy to actually exit the stock market and protect your money if you're seeing a risk of a crash getting too high. And that's important to us.
And this actually piggybacks and leads into question 3, which is, what do you do, if anything, to help protect your clients during a potential bear market? And that's a big one. How we help is we utilize research in the form of technical analysis and quantitative analysis to try and help us gauge the potential risk and the potential reward in the markets. And if our research is showing us that the market is deteriorating, we will be selling out of the equities. We don't just sit on our investments. We will actually sell out of the stock market and go heavier into defensive areas like bonds or cash while we ride out the storm.
Hey, Ben, what do you think most advisors will say their defensive strategy is in a bear market?
I think they're going to go a couple different ways. They're going to say diversification. They're going to say you need to just ride it out. They're going to talk about how the stock market since the year 1900 has averaged about 10% a year. They're going to talk about how, I know you've lost a lot of money, but your long-term goals haven't changed. Your objectives haven't changed, right? You still own units, right? I mean, there's so many different things that go about. But I jokingly about the units is, yeah, I still own units, but for me to actually go buy milk and eggs, I got to sell those units. I can't pay for the eggs with units. And if the market's down, guess what? Those units are not the same value anymore. Or my joke is about, well, your objectives haven't changed, right? Well, the objectives and goals may not have changed, but if you lose a lot of your money, guess what? They may change, and how you get there is going to change. So, all right, we digress.
Yeah, and we always joke. I mean, the big thing is they don't, and they don't really have a plan. They are going to just say that there's a lot of work to actually having a real defensive plan like we have. So we just wanted to give you a heads up warning about what they would say, because that's what we've always heard from other advisors out there. So let's switch a little topic here because other than investing, it's important. What types of financial planning do you do for your clients? That's a good question. And for us, we like to segment this out into the 5 key areas of financial planning. We look at it from a comprehensive standpoint. So that includes investment planning, which we briefly touched on, but it's also estate planning, tax planning, retirement planning, and insurance. And all of those areas should have some impact, larger in some areas than others for people out there. But if your advisor is not looking at all of these areas, there can be some critical things that they're missing that could either hurt you or your heirs in the future. And it's all critical to comprehensive financial planning.
And then again, that leads into the next question, which is, do you look at tax returns or my estate plan? And that's big. And for us, we would answer yes, absolutely. The tax return, it's like the starting point for us in understanding your current financial picture. It's like how important a blood test is to your doctor when you're getting a physical. And we don't know how any advisor can identify how to reduce your taxes or what the tax ramification of their advice is if they don't even look at your tax return. And we also review your estate plan to help direct you towards an attorney in case you need their expertise in drafting any documents for you, like a trust, for example. We help you try to avoid probate. And what we've observed over the years is the vast majority of financial advisors, unfortunately, never talk to their clients about their taxes or really their estate plan. They don't ask for their tax return. And what that tells us is, for the most part, they're just salesmen. They're just recommending commission products or just managing investments, and they're leaving some of the key areas of financial planning.
Yeah, a lot of advisors aren't even allowed to look at that stuff. Their home office, the corporate structure doesn't want the liability of them saying the wrong thing because you need to be highly educated and trained in these areas. And as you know, if you listen to us, we don't have a corporate daddy watching over us telling us what to do because we are independent fiduciaries. We're registered investment advisors and we're trained in these areas. So we will look at it and we will talk to you about these things. All right, Ben. So question number 6, and we're getting back into investments, is you want to understand who makes the investment decisions. And a lot of times, is it like the advisor themselves? Does he have a team? Is it the corporation? And, if you were asking us that question, we would say, well, we have an investment committee. That's myself and Ben is involved. We also have many, many outside research teams that we have developed over the years utilizing our advance and protect process so that when we're making investment decisions, it is all based off of research that we've been using for a very long time that's integrated in those decisions. So again, something you should understand before letting them start investing your money.
Yeah, we're not just throwing darts, right?
That's right.
All right, number 7, what is the background and experience of those who will be advising? And that's a big, important question. And for us, for instance, both Matt and I have over 40 years of combined experience in finance. We both have, by the way, some advanced industry designations. Matt has the CFA. It's the Chartered Financial Analyst designation. I have the CHFC. It's the Chartered Financial Consultant designation. Is for overall financial planning. And we regularly attend also on our own different coaching schools and conferences around the country where we actually go and we pay a lot of money to attend. And we watch those presentations to help us stay on top of changes in the areas of investing or legal or tax.
Yeah, I mean, we know taxes change, legal stuff changes, and you've got to be on top of that. We've been doing it for years. So again, important to have that background. So along those same line, an important question is, are you a fiduciary? What qualifies you to act as a fiduciary? And we're not the only ones out there, but we are fiduciaries. I would always say if they're not a fiduciary, you should really rethink that as a decision because a fiduciary is required to put your interests first. And both of our licenses that Ben talked about, the CFA and the CHFC, they require you to be a fiduciary. We have an extra level of care because of that.
Next, question number 9. which is what would our relationship look like if I move forward with you? And for us, it would look like this. We would have a few meetings initially to get to know you, to understand your current financial picture, to understand your goals. We would help you develop a plan to meet those goals, and we would regularly monitor your plan, make necessary adjustments over the time. We have regular meetings each year in the form of reviews to make sure that we are staying on top of things, that we are aware of what's going on, and that way you are also in agreement with the plan and understand if we need to make any tweaks. By the way, we also have a weekly radio show, as you know, and that gives our analysis and helps educate our listeners on the current landscape and issues affecting your money. And a lot of our clients listen faithfully each week because that's another good way where they can get an idea of what we're seeing, what we're doing, and communicate with us.
Yeah, and we believe in educating and communicating. We have a weekly newsletter that we email out to our clients to keep you on top of what's going on in the markets. We also want to do educational events with you and your family where we are going to make sure that there's family legacy planning. So definitely it's critical to us to continue those connections and the communication with you. All right, so the next big question, I know this is always important to people, is what are your fees and how are you paid? So when you go up to them, you want to understand this. And if we were going to answer that question for you, as we are right now, we're a fee-based, so a fee-only advisor. We don't have any commissionable products. We don't charge commissions. We don't sell them. And so we charge an asset fee each year based off the value of your portfolio that we manage. And as you do better, we do better. So our interests are lined up on the same side. And most fiduciaries do that, but that's how our fee structure is scheduled.
No doubt. And then question 11, where will my assets be held? And are there any additional costs associated with this? That's a very important question. So we are registered investment advisors and we custody our clients' assets at a company called Axos. And there are generally no other additional fees from Axos for holding your account. All of our trades are also free. So when we're moving in and out of positions, it's not costing you anything. And also, in order to keep the fees down, we use high quality, low fee investments like ETFs or individual stocks, which add hardly any additional fee. For instance, I believe, Matt, the average fee on our ETFs that we use is somewhere around 5 basis points, which is 1%. So our entire fee structure is we try to keep it down so it's the most cost effective and competitive it can be.
And a lot of advisors out there, it is important to understand the fee structure beyond what you're paying them. So if they're using certain investment products, mutual funds, if they're using exotic, different types of separately managed accounts or private money managers, oftentimes that's because they can't manage the portfolio themselves very well, or they're basically outsourcing it. There are going to be additional costs in there. And one of the reasons we can use these low fee ETFs is because we have a unique strategy where we're doing the management of the portfolio so we can use these vehicles that have low fees. All right. So then the last question we're going to talk about, you should ask them today, is how often will I hear from you? And who do I call if I have questions? So for us, we have regular ongoing reviews with our clients, no less than 2 times a year. And if you need to see us for anything in between, no problem. Just give us a call, let us know. Email us, reach out, we'll schedule that meeting. And we're here for you as much as you need to be. You can call our office for any needs. And in fact, we have a very experienced staff that is very helpful for getting you immediately any of your questions answered. And of course, Ben and I are available to talk with any of our clients as well. So that's how we make sure we're there for you if you're one of our clients.
I jokingly say, whatever you need, call 1-800-TRISH. She's the best. She's our office manager. She'll take care. Actually, that's a joke. Don't call 1-800-TRISH. There's no such number, but I think you know what I mean. All right. So to learn more about us, our Advance and Protect process, or to explore becoming a client, please contact us and schedule a complimentary consultation. We'll go over your current picture, your financial situation. We'll go over your goals. If we can help you, that's great. If we can't, that's okay too. We will still part as friends. And also, big news, we have a fun event coming up in just a few weeks. We are going to have our high-end Bordeaux wine tasting workshop, not Bordeaux, but Bordeaux. It's our last names. Good pun, right? But this is a fun event solely for those who have
Yeah.
been listening to us and are considering potentially working with us. It's a no pressure, fun environment. We'll have a quick 15, 20-minute presentation on how we can help you and what makes our firm unique.
Yeah, and of course, we're going to feed you. We're going to have some great hors d'oeuvres and some of our favorite bottles from the Prisoner Wine family. It's Thursday, October 23rd from 6 to 7:30 p.m. It's right in our office in Barrington. You'll get a chance to meet us. It's a low pressure, fun way to just meet us without that pressure that you might think you have if you go to see an advisor. We don't work that way, but it's going to be fun. We'll do a quick 15-minute presentation and it'll be a great time for all. So please go to our website at moneyhourradio.com or call our office at 847-780-2980. Just reach out to us. We'd love to see you. Anyway, we're out of time, but I hope you enjoyed this special segment on our YouTube channel and look forward to more. Please subscribe, and we'll talk to you next week.